Hey everybody, welcome back to the dumbest modeling channel on all of YouTube, Pitstain Hobbies. I'm your host Wheeljack. Today I'll be performing some surgery on Optimus Prime's legs for the awesome Agora Models Optimus Prime G1. This thing is, I'll admit it, it is my favoriteest part work to actually build ever. It's going to be beautiful when it's done, and the fit and the quality on this thing, they just blow everything else out of the water. Agora's going to have to really pull something out of their hat because they stole like alien space engineers to design this thing and build it. It's utterly fantastic. Links below to go to Agora Models to check out the kit. Links below to my Amazon store for the crap that makes a mess on my desk and the tools that I use. And there we go. Oh man, it's so nice. And generally, the theme of every pack has been 3 parts trays. This one had a little rupture in the plastic bubble, but since this part is a giant slab of depleted uranium, that's what it feels like at least, it's so heavy. The part was still in the box, and we got tray number 2 and a pretty much identical tray number 3. So we're gonna put 2 and 3 aside along with the box, which we're gonna sound effect-y drop on the floor. I don't know if anyone heard that. And then we've got our PDF instructions. Now, Agora does the instructions with PDFs on the website, which is very efficient. It saves paper. Sometimes, though, you know, I kind of miss having a little backstory in some of the magazines that would come with some other models. But it's a minor thing. For Transformers, though, I'm kind of obsessed. So I was just like, oh. We've got, if you're all Optimus Prime fans, you know, I have the Roboson Optimus Prime with the trailer. I have a couple of shoddily done videos reviewing those items. And I'm going to be building another Optimus Prime project after this Optimus Prime, or maybe concurrent with it, from Tamiya. But that's a secret squirrel thing. Some of you might be able to figure it out. So let's get started on this. Scrolling through all the parts trays, assembling the front left foot. Okay, so we're going to take a couple of these fellas, and we're going to take, I think these are basically identical things. Come out of there, you little, there we go. Okay, we're going to take one of these, we're going to take a couple of these little like strut shock actuator doohickeys. And then we're going to take this part, like so, and put that right over the top of that one. And then I'm going to organize my screws, but we've got our, oh my God, I love these machine hex bolts with the built-in thread lock. If you see the blue goop on the screw, do not use any 3-in-1 oil. That's only for other screws going into metal. Let's see here. Where are up? Here's more screws. Oh man, these are nice. More of those stainless steel hex bolts. Here's the regular ones. So here's the PB 2.3x6 and PB. It's so hard to read the labels. 2.3x6. It's all PB 2. Okay then. Well then, I guess we'll just have to dump a pile of these out right there. Yep, PB 2.3x6. So we're gonna get 2 of them in there, and we're gonna make 2 sets of this. So I'll be right back. Okay, we got 2 of these done, and they're nice. They're just, you know, they move around a little. So this is obviously to allow the pistons to articulate with the feet. Speaking of pistons, we're going to build the other side of this. We're going to take a couple of these little silver guys. These would be the piston shafts. Oh yeah, that's a nice. That is it's a perfect fit. Oh, so smooth. Okay, that's a YouTube's gonna censor me. Now, we're going to take these and we're going to put these in here. Probably easier to do this like this and put them down on the table. And then we're going to take this little part. Oh, the alarm. Turn off. Sorry. We have an alarm. One of our dogs is epileptic, and he has to have his medication at the same time twice a day. So there's that. We're going to put this panel over here, and then in the back, those two holes that you see, two more PB 2.3 by 6s. We're going to build two of these. There's another panel here and two more rods here. I'm going to get those screws popped in. I'll be right back. Oakley dokley. So then once we have these assembled with the screws facing up, okay, you're going to take this part. Oh, the throat clearing tonight is just epic. That one dude in the comments who gets so triggered by it, I'm so sorry. We're going to build this little thing right here. And we're going to have two of those ready to go. We have the left foot because there's an L on it. All right. And this massively long wire that's clearly about a yard long or a little less than a meter, possibly. We're going to take one of these big honking chunks of metal, and we're going to shove it into this cavity. It only goes in one way. Press it in there nice. Nice. And then we're going to take our TR726. So there's these little split washers, and then there's these little textured washers. Let me see which one's which. Bear with me. One moment, please. Any tech. Tray 2, tray 3. Okay, 26. 25 is the little textured washers with little teeth, and 26 is the little split washers. And bear with me as my finger scrolls as rapidly as I can muster. Okay, so we want two 26s and two of these little M3 by 8s. Those are 3 by 10s. Here's 3 by 8s. There's 4 of them, so it's two per foot. And we're just gonna basically put one of these and one washer into both the back and the front holes right there. And I'll be right back. Okay, so one little tip here. When you put in this front screw is right here, put a little piece of masking tape over that part of the foot. Now I have straight hex drivers, and I should have a set of ball hex drivers, but I do not. But unless you're using an L-shaped Allen key, you'll want to put that piece of tape over the foot to protect the finish on the metal. Because I started scratching mine the tiniest bit. I was like, oops. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, you might want to use the kit supplied Allen key. I threw it, I think, across the room in disgust. I have so many of those Allen keys. You know, you get IKEA furniture or anything prefab, and you end up with like a pile of those. Okay, now we're going to be assembling the left foot. We need one of these big pieces. Let's see, are these? It still says left foot. Just keep saying left foot. See if these are identical. These are both identical, as far as I can tell. Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. It looks like we got to go to tray 2 for a couple parts. So I'm going to collect those, and I'll be right back. All right, one post-ADHD excursion later, we're back with this leg part here. And we're going to take this, which says L on it, from tray number 2. Double check. I mean, who knows? A tray could get swapped possibly during packing one day. So make sure you're doing the one with the L. We put that right there. We take this part and we put this right here. It's got a couple little tabs on the outer edges to locate it. And then when we have this bolted together, you'll see it's cool. And this is that super heavy duty fiber reinforced power tool plastic. You can see the glimmer of the fiber reinforcements. And then what we're going to do is take a bunch of these M3 by 14s, okay, and a bunch of these, well, 4 of them to be exact. And we're going to take some of these. Here we go. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. And then for these nuts, 1, 2, 3, 4, not 5, whatever. We'll put that there. And then we want these little textured waffle washers, I'll call them. They look dangerous. I'm kidding. And we're going to take a bolt or a hex screw. We're going to take a waffle washer, and we're going to put that into the holes, and we're going to put a nut on the back side of said hole. Actually, we're going to kind of push the nut all the way into the hole, because that's going to capture the nut. We always like to have our nuts captured around here. And we're just going to tighten that down. That is the 14. So it does stick out a tiny bit. Okay, 3 more times and I'll be right back. Okay, so I screwed up earlier. I had this thing fully in, and I had the screw in this hole. What you should do is have it in this hole and have this little stub sticking out. My mistake. What we're going to do is we're going to take this left leg assembly we have here, and we're going to put it right over that thing. Okay. And what we're going to do now is we're going to tip it back a little bit, because we've got to get a 3x10, and this is 3x14, and those are 3x8, and these have got to be the 3x10s. And they are. These are the 3x10s with a 725 scary toothed washer. Okay, and we're going to get one in the front here. And see, we tipped the leg back a little bit so that we don't have any chance of hitting the top of the foot. And you want to crank down on this thing. You want that little toothy guy to bite into that plastic. And then we can rotate forward a little bit, or just level. We don't even need to rotate fully forward. And we're going to get that other screw right in the back, right there. All right, I'll be right back. Alrighty, time for some wire routing, or routing. Do you like routing or routing? Wire routing. Either way, we're going to take these little fellas here, and we're going to nip them off of their tree. These are interior parts. I'm just using my Tamiya flush nippers. They're more durable nipper. They don't make quite as clean of a cut, but it's still a very clean cut. We're going to nip those off, and then we're going to take our very, 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 very long leg wire. In all the pictures in the instructions, it doesn't look nearly this long. And we're just going to basically put these down over here, here, and here. And then we're going to secure those with 2 of those little black PB 2.3x6 screws. I'm going to get that knocked out. I'll be right back. Alrighty, well that was easy. You got to crank down a little harder on the ones that are on this part, because this is the fiber reinforced plastic. It is a little more difficult to screw into, but I think I'm going to say it again at the end of the build. I think this model, when done, would be safe in the hands of a 5-year-old, aside from potentially maybe the fingers or something getting broke. But like, this is so beefy, it's not even funny. We need 2 of our 10mm machine things and 2 of our itchy and scratchy washers here. There we go. And then we're going to take this big chunk from tray 2, and we're going to put that in the leg up here, so we get the first threaded hole available. And we're going to go right in through the front here. There we go. Get that in there nice and tight. And you want to crank down on it pretty well, because you want that little saw blade washer doohickey to bite into the plastic. Okay, that's in there. We're going to get one more screw in the back, and then we're going to route this wire around the back like that, according to the instructions. And I will be right back. There we go. Okay, so both those are in. So again, like I said, route this around here. What we're going to do is going to take this yellow plate. We're going to put this right over here. And now you can see the wire coming out there, okay? And it's going to be two of these little PB 2.3 by 6 black screws here and here. And I'll be back once I have those screwed in. And we're back. Small tech support call. My mother-in-law is staying over this weekend. Yay. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody. Hope your mother-in-laws are calling you for tech support from upstairs. We're going to take this leg section. We're going to take this part right here. And it goes over these four bosses right here. And does it matter if it's down or up? No, it doesn't. Okay. So it positively finds its home there. And then four PB 2.3 by 6 screws, and we'll be right back. Alrighty. Now, we're using our little VHA PH0 screwdriver for the majority of the Phillips head screws on this kit. And going into this fiber reinforced plastic, it actually takes a little bit of work. Now, I'm only in my early mid-40s, let's say, and after all that twisting with this tiny little handle, I do get a little fatigued. So I would recommend buying a larger PH0. So both WIHA and also one of my other favorite screwdriver manufacturers in the universe, Japanese Vessel, both make PH0 or P0 screwdrivers. You might want to get one of those, I'll be honest, because I have, I have a WIHA PH1, but it doesn't fit on these little screws. These are all God, son of a diddly. Yeah, see, these do not, they're just too big. You need a PH0. So my recommendation, get yourself a high quality PH0 with a fat handle on it. So even to the boys that play with the, the Wera screwdrivers, get yourself a chubby Wera handle, but with a PH0. We're now going to take this piece of plastic, and we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. We've got a couple of bosses here and one down here. Be conscious of this wire. Do not pinch that. And we're going to put that into place. Come on. There we go. And we're going to get 3 of these here, here, and here. And I will be right back after much more tightsy-whiteying. BRB. All right. That part's on. I actually, I just remembered I have this. It's not a full-size handle, but it's a little chunkier, a Heiko. These are very beautiful screwdrivers. Screwdriver adult entertainment here. I don't want to say the P word on building model kit video. But yeah, that's a little helpful having that bigger handle. We want to lean the leg back like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to take one of our assemblies here. And let me put these bits back in there. We're going to take this PB 2.3 by 6, and we've got a, oh Lord, oh this is, okay, yeah, there you go, that's a little on the fiddly side. And we're going to get it down in here. Let me get one screw in here for you, just so you can see better what we're dealing with. Is that where we want to be? Sorry, my head's in the way a little almost. This is just a tad, hold on, a tad on the fiddly side. Would it be easier to get these on there? No, because you got to lean them back. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Let me get one screw started, and we'll show you exactly what this is supposed to look like. So if you can see in there, it's really hard. That's where the part has to go. There's 2 posts down there, and we've got to get a 2.3 by 6 on each side. And it's a little, make sure you have your screwdriver magnetized for this, if you're rolling your own. and get that Guten tight. It's an easy torque spec to meet since it's German, and both of these are German screwdrivers. And then once that's done, we're then gonna take this upper part and put it on these two posts here, like that, and then two more of those PB 2.3x6 screws. All right, we'll be right back, and I'll show you the results. All right, light change a little. It was a little too bright in here, I think, to show you some things. So there you go. Those two top screws are in, those two bottom screws are in there. So now, when you articulate the leg forward and back, you get that. And when you go side to side, oh, that is sweet. That is some nice joint piston robot action right there. Oh boy, there we go. Man, oh my God. You know, all this stuff has been pretty much plastic except for, you know, the joint inserts. But oh boy, she's getting heavier, Captain. I don't know how much more we can hold. We're gonna take this part right here, and it looks like this fella is gonna go right on there, like that. More fiber reinforced plastic, heavy duty stuff. And then we're gonna do two more of these M3x10s with these sawtooth washers into here and here. And I'll be right back. Okay, we now have our semi-deadly weapon finished. I think this leg is heavy enough with the foot on the end that if you bopped somebody on the head with this thing hard enough, if they were breaking into your house at night, not only may they not remember the incident, they may not wake up again. But that being said, we're gonna take this bit out of our first part tray and we're gonna put it over these two holes back here. And this is more wire management. So this should go in between those two holes. Okay, and then you flip her over and get her lined up there. And you're gonna put a couple more PB 2.3x6 screws here and here. We'll be right back. Okay, so that is now on there and routing the wire properly. We're gonna take this other TR723, just a big honking chunk of metal. I'm gonna drop it right there. And then an M3x10 here with a zigzag washer, a saw blade, whatever you want to call it. And then one on the front right there, and we'll be right back. Alrighty. Oh boy, that is in. Now we're gonna take this piece out of tray 2, another piece of heavy fiber reinforced plastic, and we're gonna plop her right down on there. And then the same deal, two M3x10 with those zigzag washers in the back hole and the front hole. And I will be back un momentito. Okie dokie. Well, we got our screws in. And now what we want to do is we want to rotate the leg around. We're going to take our wire. Okay. The wire routing in this thing is lovely so far. And we're going to put it right there between those two posts. Then we're going to take this little plate, okay, out of tray 2 there. And that's going to hold that wire down right there with a couple of PB 2.3x6 screws. This model just is ungodly easy to assemble. It is. It's so damn well perfectly engineered. I've built a couple of partworks, and I'm building a couple of others. And I'll tell you right now, this thing goes together the easiest. If you feel like you have minimal mechanical abilities to assemble something, this is easier than an IKEA coffee table. I mean, this thing is just so simple to put together. Oh my God, it's so easy. It just goes together so nice. You know, like I'll talk up every other partwork I'm building. Like I'm building the Japanese Zero Fighter from Agora, and it is a beautiful model. There's a lot of little mechanical bits. It's way more complex to build than this. If you want a complex build, you know, fine. But if you, I mean, listen, you want Optimus Prime. We all want Optimus Prime. But if you're at all had any trepidation, if you are like a diecast figure collector, if you're an Optimus Prime Transformer figure collector, and you're like, well, I'd really love to have a nearly 3 foot tall Optimus Prime, but I don't think I could put it together. I don't want to put it together. You could put this together. It is very easy to put this together. It is very not hard to put this together. The instructions are very clear, and everything just fits so damn perfectly. And this is a 2-foot by 3-foot cutting mat. It's not all completely in frame here, but yeah, this is just just the leg up to where it joins to somewhere in the hip area probably. This thing's going to be absolutely gargantuan. It's amazing. But it is really the perfect model to build if you're not really 100% confident in your building abilities. So now we're going to put on these outer leg parts here. And if you can see, there's like a notched out section here. So this fella is going to go, I'm going to do this live. This is going to bolt to this thing, probably with these 4 little posts here. Yeah, it goes right on there. And you want to, yeah, that's all. Just like that. And then from the other side, we're going to put in 4 PB 2.3 by 6 screws in those 4 holes, and I'll be right back. All right, so those 4 little screws are in, and now we're going to take the final part out of tray number 2. We're going to put it right there, just like that, and make sure your wire is coming out of here, and it's, you know, nice and freely moving. And then 1, 2, 3 PB 2.3 by 6 screws, and we will be done with this leg, I believe. BRB. And there we have it. There we go. Look at that massive, oh my God. That thing is just ginormous and a fairly lethal weapon. I mean, don't go hammering nails in with this. It's a model kit. But, oh my God, this thing is beefcake. This weighs at least 4 times as much as a pastrami sandwich at Sarge's Deli in Midtown. Oh yeah, okay. So not everyone's visited New York. What's the one from Harry Met Sally? Not Carnegie. Katz's Delicatessen. This is like 4 or 5 of those sandwiches in weight. It is very heavy. The other leg, the right leg, is a mirror image of this leg. And it goes together just as easy, with just as little drama and just as little, you really need to be careful here. This is super tricky. That's just, I mean, I'm going to whip it together. If I figure out a new tip to give you, if I like figure out a better way to build the other side, I'm definitely going to cover that. Otherwise, I'll be back with possibly a finished right leg in just, you know, a second or two. BRB. Okay, so this might be a quirk of them wanting to make everything very mirror imagey and very similar, samey, but there is a difference here when assembling the right leg foot thing. Once you have these stages done here where you bolt these down, you need to throw the wire through this hole right here. And that is different. I was looking at it for a second going, huh? And then it comes around and it looks just like the left leg where you go around that, okay? So just be aware. You want to come through that hole. We didn't do it on the left leg, but we're doing it on the right leg. So that is a differency thing. All right? After that, everything appears to be the same, but if I see anything different, I will come back and report to you. One sec. All right. So remember how we had to jog that wire through that hole for this side? Well, we have to jog it again. And we're going to jog it, once we have this piece on here, we're going to jog it over here because there is a notch right here in the leg. And we're going to jog it over here and then take our little plate to put over it. Okay? So there you go. So just this leg is different than the first leg. It's mostly a mirror image, but the wire routing is a little couple different moves there, and the standard PB 2.3 by whatever, you know, the little black screws. There's only one type of little black screw in this pack, so there we go. I'll be right back. Okay, and the second leg, the right leg, is done. Look at that massive, giant, ginormous thing. Okay, I know, Optimus's head is way smaller than his foot. Optimus's head always looks tiny, no matter what. His head always looks abnormally small compared to the size of his body. And just to give you a quick reminder, I'm not going to take all the parts over, but we're gonna bring here's a human arm. I'm a 6-foot tall man, elbow to fingertips. Okay, there we go. You look at that. Look at that. Look at that. It's like shaking hands with a 10-year-old here. It's like, oh hi, oh maybe a 6-year-old, but look at that massive thing. It's absolutely insane. Oh my God. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Like, subscribe, comment, email me for stickers. We even got a bag of giant googly eyes to put on the stickers, and we have smaller googly eyes to put on the keychains and the fridge magnets we got. Oh yeah, it's awesome. But yeah, Optimus is awesome. I mean, the most fiddly part of this is just remembering to jog the cable over in the opposite direction on the right leg to the left leg. I mean, that's it. These little piston, the bottom plate of the piston, that's it. And on a scale of 1 to 10 of fiddly, I'd call it about a 2.5 or a 3. This whole thing overall on a case of fiddly, the head, there's a couple like 2.5 level fiddly bits out of a 10. Other than that, overall kit is a 1 out of 10 on fiddly to build. This thing goes together a treat. Oh, a treat especial. Magnifique. Well, either way, thank you for coming. Check out Agora's link. Check out my Amazon link. Buy my stuff that I use on the workbench because it all works really well. And again, thank you for coming. I'll be seeing you next time on Pit Stain Hobbies. Adios, everybody.